So why did interest rates go up 1/8% after the federal funds rate was cut by 0.5%? Does that make any sense? It does. A lot of people thought for sure that once that federal funds rate was cut by 0.5%, that interest rates would automatically be cut by the same. And unfortunately, mortgage rates are not tied to the federal funds rate. They're tied to the 10-year treasury. The federal funds rate is the rate that banks borrow from each other, and that interest rate affects things like car loans, credit cards, and home equity lines of credit. Mortgage rates are indirectly affected, and it will take some time for that to trickle down. We will see an effect from that cut, but it will not be a direct 50% to 50% or 0.5% or whatever that might be. What I will tell you is that we are headed in the right direction. And what we are seeing is that interest rates cuts are not a one and done. And so we should see about 6 to 8 more cuts between the end of this year, 2024, and next year, 2025. We fully expect rates to be a full percent lower by next year, and hopefully even more than that. If you are getting calls and emails and texts to refinance, and I know all of my clients are by many lenders out there, please be wary. Most of these lenders are charging a ton of points, meaning fees, to get a low interest rate. A lot of lenders had no business for a year. When rates tick up that high, it's very difficult to survive if you're not a lender who had a big database and lots of clients and realtors to pull from. So many of these lenders have been just waiting on the sidelines with bated breath, waiting to pounce on clients who maybe want 1/4 or 0.5% better in interest rate. Truthfully, it makes more sense to wait until next year, most likely, depending on your interest rate, and wait for those rates to drop even more to offset the costs. The exception to that is if you have a lot of credit card debt, if you have a home equity line of credit with a high interest rate, or if you have a need for cash, then it might make sense regardless. But if you're just doing it to strictly bring your interest rate down, maybe 0.5%, it just may not be the right time yet. Please reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you. We'd love to see if it really is the right time. And if it's not, let's have your file all ready and be on the watch. So when it is the right time, we can reach out and make sure we're taking proper care of you and not having you refinance at a time you shouldn't be doing it yet. Give us a call at the Oddo Group. We'd love to help you with this.